Good morning, children. In today's science class, we'll see a new topic, fibers. So before that, we'll see what is a fiber. So we all like to wear dresses, yes or no? So different types of clothes we use during our certain occasions also. Some seasons also we will be using dresses in varied types, yes or no? Yes, the seasons based clothes like cotton cloths we'll be using during summer. Woolen cloths like a sweater, overcoat, shawls we'll use in winter, and raincoats during rainy seasons. These different types of cloths are all prepared from the fibers. So now coming to fibers, fiber is a thread-like structure that are thin, long and flexible. Okay, so that is a fiber. The two main sources of fibers are plants and animals. So the fibers obtained from plant sources like cotton, jute, bamboo, coconut, flax seeds, etc. are different sources of plant fibers. And the fibers are obtained from animal sources like wool and silk. So these will be from sheep, camel, rabbits, etc. And a camel type animal that name is vicuna. So these are the different sources of animal fibers, and we have one more type of fibers which is made by human. So that those things are man-made, which is artificial fibers. So now see here, fiber is a thin thread of natural or artificial substances. It is used to make cloths with the help of power looms or weaving machines. The fibers we get from plants and animals are called natural fibers. Cotton, jute, coir, flax, hemp are examples for plant fibers. We get plants and animals are called, wool and silk are example for animal fibers. Fibers made by humans by chemical process and chemical synthesis are called synthetic fibers or artificial fibers. Rayon, nylon, acrylic and dacron are examples for artificial fibers. These fibers are obtained from petroleum by complex chemical processes or by natural resources. These are artificial source of fibers. Okay, so first coming to natural fibers. In natural fibers, three main things they have given about cotton, jute and coir. Okay, so first we'll see about cotton. A cotton plant. It is a shrub. It grows mainly in black soil. It is a soft fiber around the seeds of the cotton plant. A cotton plant is a bushy plant of 5 to 6 feet high. A cotton grows in black soil and alluvial soil. The cotton plant bears a large number of small green pods called cotton balls. These balls contain seeds. See in this picture you can see that cotton ball with the seeds. So contains seeds covered with white fibers. When the cotton balls mature, so they burst exposing the white fiber of cotton. Cotton is usually hand-picked from the plants. Okay. So in this cotton will be how it will be transforming to a fabric. It will be processed under three things: ginning and spinning and yarn. Okay, so we'll see what is ginning and spinning and yarn. Okay, ginning is a process of separating the cotton fibers from the cotton seeds. There you have seen, no? So the cotton balls will be having some seeds. So using that seeds we can ginning. So the process ginning will be done. Okay, so there are two processes to make cotton yarn from cotton fiber. The raw fibers are separated from the seeds by a process known as ginning. The fibrous materials left after separating cotton seeds is called lint. Okay, so from the cotton seeds you will get after ginning, so you will get a fibrous material called lint. The lint is then tied and pressed into balls. The final proportion of short fibers and other impurities are removed by the process of combining. So at last it will be combined together. Then the next process is spinning. The process of taking textile fibers and filaments and making them into yarn, that is spinning. The process of making yarn from the lint or fiber is called spinning. Spinning is done on a large scale with the help of spinning machines. The next one is yarn. Yarn is a long continuous length of interlocked fibers used in the production of textiles, sewing, then knitting, then weaving, embroidery, all those things. It is helpful for all these productions. So weaving and knitting are the two most important processes used for making fabric from the yarn. The process of making two sets of yarn together to make fabric is called weaving. So it is done by the weavers on a machine called loom. So this is the weaving machine. So you might have seen, so mostly it will be mostly in Kanchipuram sites, and here also we can see all the weaving machines. The loom are either hand operated or power operated. So during knitting, this is the knitting machine. You might have seen this also. After knitting, they will be weaving. Okay. So during knitting, a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric. It is done by hand and also on machine. Okay, children. Okay, so this is all about the process taken to convert cotton into a fabric. Okay, so uses of cotton. So what are the uses? It is used in textiles, so to make pillows, mattresses. So for surgical bandages. So if you have a wound in your knees or in your legs or hands, so it is used to wipe your blood. For bandages, it is used for dhotis, to prepare dhotis, saris, bed sheets, all those things. It is useful. So it is used to manufacture cotton textiles and garments. It is used as fillers in pillows and mattresses. It is used for making surgical bandages. It is used for making dhotis, saris, bed sheets, tablecloth, and so on. So for everything, cotton is useful. Okay. So the next one is jute. We'll see about jute. Next one is jute. Jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. It is a fiber obtained from the bark. So I told you what is mean by bark in my basic lesson. No? So bark of the jute plant, it grows in loamy, then sandy, clayey soil. Jute plant has long, soft and shiny fibers. It also referred to as the golden fiber due to its color. This is the stable color of jute. And cost effectiveness. Jute fibers are separated from the process of retting jute by hand, and then they are dried. These are converted into yarns in the same manner as in the case of cotton. So these also undergo a process of yarning, and then jute is used for making various things. Okay. So what are the uses of jute? It is used for making bags, carpets, curtains and ropes. It is used for making cloths, for wrapping bales of raw cotton, and to make socks for storing grains. So especially for rice. Yes or no? So it is used for making wall hangings for decorations. So these are the usages of jute. Then coir. Coir is a fiber obtained from the outer covering of the coconut. It is from coconut tree. It is the outer covering of coconut. Coir is used to make several household products like rope, then stuffing in mattresses and pillows. So even coir will be using in mattresses and in pillows, not only the cotton. So these also will be using. So coir fiber is obtained from the outer covering of coconut. It is used to make floor mats, door mats, brushes and mattresses. So okay children, so these are the uses of coir. Then we'll see man-made fibers, artificial fibers are synthetic fibers. So these fibers are made by human beings with the help of chemical process. I told you already. So few synthetic fibers are of natural things, but by chemical process it has become a artificial fiber. Hence they are called synthetic fibers or man-made fibers. These fibers are obtained from coal, petroleum and natural gas. So 4 types of synthetic fiber they have given: rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. For rayon will be from the source of wood pulp. Then nylon from silk and wool. Polyester it is from petroleum products, and acrylic it is from wool products. Okay, so now we will see what are the uses of these synthetic fibers, these rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. First, rayon. Rayon is used to make rope, cloth, cap, tire cords and carpets. So nylon is used to make fishing nets, ropes, parachutes, fabrics and bristles for brushes. So even in the brush nylon is used. You might have seen nylon wires. Yes or no? So even it may be in your house also. So polyester it is mainly used in dresses. So polyester is used to make fabric for suits and shirts, hoses, conveyor belts, films, then PET bottles and wires. Acrylic it is used to make sweaters, shawls and blankets. So these are the uses of synthetic fibers. So these acrylic fibers are of natural items, but we are from natural. We are due to chemical processes we are making it as man-made. So this is all about the fibers, children. So in the next class we will see the next topic. Okay, thank you.